Hi, you're listening to Listen to This, real life ridiculous stories you'll laugh at, mostly because they didn't happen to you. We're Jonna and Hayden, a mother-son duo who somehow turn chaos into comedy, because sometimes laughing at our misfortune is the only way to get through life. So buckle up, do we have a story for you? Listen to this. Hi, and welcome to Listen to This with Hayden, HPtheVIP, Hensley, and me, Mom, Jonna Hensley. We're so glad you tuned in today. Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
You are excited. Why are you excited?
Another episode.
Another episode. How do you think it's going, by the way? Let's just do a little pulse check on the pod. A pod pulse check. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I think I've been getting great feedback.
You've been getting some. Thank you for your feedback. Those of you who've left us a review, thank you. We've enjoyed reading those. Give us a 5-star review. What else? What else do you like about being a podcaster? Moving the microphone around? Besides that, what else?
Just being able to share a story with y'all.
Yeah, sharing stories with people. That is kind of fun. Do you like the producing part where we have to set up the
A little
episode?
bit.
Me neither. That part's terrible. Still looking for a producer who wants to come and work for free for us. So, but you're having fun with podcast?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Okay. So on today's episode, we have some surgical mishaps to share, if you will. So we've got a couple in mind. I have a good one. You have a good one. There's many more in between, but today we're only going to do 2. So would you like to go first, or would
You don't
you want me to lead?
I don't know much about the story until you told me.
Okay. Is this the story from your very first surgery? Okay.
Yeah.
So, to our listeners, in case you didn't know, Hayden was born with spina bifida. It is a neural tube defect. So, when he was born, he had a hole in his back where his spinal cord is, and it had to be repaired that day. 5 hours after birth. We knew he had it. We knew it was coming. So anyway, he was born, he's leaking spinal fluid, and they wrap him in saran wrap. Did you know that?
What you know?
Literally. I think it was brand name saran wrap. But anyway, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's some overpriced medical grade. But it's saran wrap, let's be honest. So they wrap you up to get, hold your back together. And then you go into surgery at 5 hours old. Hayden was supposed to have been delivered on a different day. We had to change the day. We had to move it up. And so the neurosurgeon that we had met with changed. He wasn't working that day that Hayden ended up being born. So we used this other man, this wonderful, nice man. He'd been doing this for like 30 years. And I will never forget this. Hayden was born. I'll save all the details. We'll save that for another episode, maybe. But anyway, essentially, I'm in recovery in my hospital. Hayden's in his hospital, and he is coming out of his surgery. And that sweet little man doctor who's been doing this for 30 years calls me on the phone to give me a report, basically. Now, I also have just had surgery, and I'm high as a kite because I was allergic to the medication I was using, and then I'm on Benadryl trying to stop itching my face and body to death. So anyway, I'm trying to listen to this man. I don't know where I am. I'm 24 years old. I just had a baby. It was a whole thing, okay? And so he's telling me about the surgery and how it went, and he was like, well, before he went in there, he was moving his left foot. And now he's not moving his left foot. What happened? And I was like, you tell me. I don't know what happened in your OR. I'm recovering from my OR. So I think he was like processing out loud, working through like what the heck could have happened, and maybe I'm making the whole thing up because I was a little, who knows? So I remember him describing to me and talking to me about your spinal cord and how it's very, very thin. And I remember this specifically. He was telling me it was supposed to be the thickness of a pencil. And in places, yours was the thickness of a spaghetti noodle. So he had only seen that one other time, obviously, till he met us. We're the poster child for this never happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after that, Hayden never moved his legs again. He never moved his left leg. And in fact, did you ever know that first night there was the first night you got intubated? Before that surgery, you used to breathe on your own.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and no one called us to tell us they'd intubated our infant. So we walked into the NICU and we saw you intubated and we lost our freaking minds. Yeah, it was a good time. We got an apology from that doctor though. So anyway, that was sort of my little mishap, if you will, if we want to call it that. Again, plenty more where that came from. But that was the first one to kick off this lifetime of surgery things. Now, you've had 34 surgeries, 35, 34 surgeries. And so you're going to talk now about one of yours. I did number 1 surgery. We don't know what number this story comes from that you're about to share, do we? Who knows? Probably 27, maybe? Who knows? It doesn't matter. Okay, tell us what happened in your mishap story.
We can look at that.
We'll look it up later. I'm probably not going to do that, but I love you. Okay.
So it was a few years back, and I was having dental surgery.
Dental surgery, but you've had multiple dental surgeries.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just one particular dental surgery. Okay.
And the lady, the doctor noticed that I was having an autonomic response with them.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, explain autonomic response, because not everybody's going to know what that means.
Over to the red, over
So,
certain parts of my body.
yes. So Hayden has autonomic responses often to no particular trigger, and his body will flush really, really red, and then it just goes away in a couple of minutes. And nobody panics. He doesn't care. He feels nothing else happening. It happens and then it changes and goes away. But in this OR scene, the team saw you flushing really red, and they thought what?
I was allergic to something.
Yes, that it was an allergy or like hives were breaking out or something. And so, what did they push through your IV?
They gave me IV Benadryl.
Benadryl, buddy. They pumped you full of it. And how did that make you feel?
I was groggy afterwards.
Yes. And how did it make you feel emotionally?
Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad.
So mad. He hated it. And you know that doctor pretty well. Y'all are pretty tight. And
Yeah.
I think you let him have it after that. He did. He let him have it. And I think you've had more surgeries with him after that that you've said, don't give me Benadryl if I turn red. Yeah. Anyway, so there, he learned something about you, and you learned how to voice what you don't want, which was Benadryl, right? That's funny. Your story included Benadryl, and so did mine, because I was on Benadryl because I was having reaction to my meds. One day we'll circle back and I'll tell the delivery story when all my anesthesia wore off and I felt everything happening to my body.
I don't think you never told me that story.
Well, I'll tell you in real time one day on an episode.
Do it.
Yeah, it was horrible. Can't wait. Tune in next time. Isn't it crazy what your bodies like go through and endure and just, it's wild, right? Yours especially.
My body had been through pretty wild things.
Pretty wild things for your body, for sure. We were joking recently about organ donating. Do you want to tell that funny story? We were making a joke, and we were like, I was saying I was an organ donor. So would you like to be an organ donor? And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't think nobody wants your organs. And we went through every like organ you could donate. And we were like, that one's trash. That one's trash. No offense, of course.
Yeah.
And what did we decide you could donate if you wanted to?
But eyeball.
We thought about eyeballs, but then I was like, no, those already had 2 surgeries on them also. So I don't think nobody wants your eyeballs either. So you could donate your sense of humor. Your hair? No. Taking that with you. All right, fine. Okay, I think that's it for today. So make sure that you leave us a review, subscribe to our podcast, like and subscribe on YouTube, do something on Spotify, follow us on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm learning things, Hayden. You're teaching me things. Yes. Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being on this journey with us. Thank you for listening to these stories. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to Hayden.
Yes.
Very much. Yeah. Okay, take care, and we will talk with you next time.